Hello. Today I continue to share with you what my experience was on matters of wealth and money when I left my 9 to 5 day job. It was a challenging experience. At the same time, I've learned a lot. That is why I am sharing this video to encourage you if you are worried about being wealthy, making money in order to be financially free. You are in good company because I went through turbulent times, and today I can graciously share my experience with you so that you are encouraged. I'm Linda. I'm a lawyer. I'm a former teacher. I am now a coach. And I must say, when I left my day job when I was over 60, I went through a challenging time because I was not properly prepared for my dream, if I could call it that way. So, there are two areas that I'd like to focus on, and these are lessons. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm a slow learner. However, I learned that wealth is not a number, but it is who you become. Wealth is not a number, it is who you become. It is a journey, it's a process. And then another lesson I learned was that financial freedom, it doesn't live in your wallet. It lives in your mind. So those two lessons, I'm going to be sharing with you how I came to a realization that wealth is definitely not a number. You know what? There I was, aching, doing the best I could, starting a business because I wanted to be wealthy. And nothing happened. What I learned as I was getting deeper and deeper in understanding the issues, doing research, reading books, and obviously looking into myself, I realized that I was falling far below when it comes to understanding wealth. I looked at how I think, my thoughts. I discovered that I needed to re-evaluate my values, my choices, the people I keep company with, and the fact that it didn't matter that I had been a successful lawyer in litigation, that I needed reskilling. That's very important. Arrogance doesn't pay when it comes to matters of wealth, because the lessons that are embedded in the whole thing contribute to one's growth. Briefly, I realized that it was important for me to become a new me. Stay with me, please, because as I've indicated, I will then be talking about financial freedom, which I now enjoy because I would like you to enjoy. It's not that it is impossible to be wealthy, but what is important is to understand what is meant by wealth. It was important for me to understand and internalize how important it was to be healthy, to get up in the morning and exercise, do breathing exercise, yoga, to be particular about what I eat, and to be particular about healthy thoughts, banishing the negative ones that were full of fear, anxiety, and tension, if I could put it that way. So that is why I am saying I realized that I was on a new journey of renewal, of becoming the new me, of being reignited into what I envisioned. I wanted to be financial free. I didn't want money to be an issue. However, it just was not going to happen. Money was not going to come from wherever. So I then learned that I needed to structure my life if I wanted money to come my way. I learned that I was not going to win chasing money, because chasing money appeared as if I was doing the chasing and the money was running away from me. You know why? Because I was not ready to allow and receive it with expansion. I was too constricted. And the fact that I learned that money requires structure helped me quite a lot. Because although getting up early in the morning, spending an hour reading, being quiet, jotting down just 3 things that I wanted to achieve that day, what's interesting is that it had nothing to do with money, but it had something to do with me going inside myself, getting myself organized so that the outside world is a reflection of who I was inside. And I hope that this is going to help you quite a lot. Indeed, we live in a very busy, noisy, and demanding world. What I would like to encourage you to do, and be patient, don't be impatient, it's to get up earlier than usual, spend at least 30 minutes to begin with, to order your life. Be quiet, meditate, pray if you are a person from a faith-based life. Do breathing exercises, stretch, take a walk, even if it's just for 15 minutes. Early in the morning, life is still quiet and the demands are still not as demanding as usual. So that is why I encourage you to do that first thing in the morning in order to prepare yourself for a busy day. This has nothing to do with age. Whether you are 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, it helps to begin to guard your early mornings jealously before the demands of the day. So that was very helpful. And what happened? It was like something magical, because during those quiet moments, ideas would come, quiet thoughts, the nudgings that, oh, I need to phone so and so, I need to do this. And then gradually, I found myself relaxing and open up. And I started attracting people who were adding value to my life. And I distanced myself from company that was discouraging or not having the energy that I wanted. I solely wanted those days. Even family members, I had to be quite selective. And I also learned to say no when something did not suit me. I urge you to do that for yourself. You're not being funny. You're not being selfish. You owe this to yourself. After all, you cannot give what you don't have. It is important to be at peace, to be relaxed, and just allow life to unfold. And then you choose. And that's important. And then you choose what suits you. You choose what is taking you nearer to what you want to become, nearer to what you want to enjoy, nearer to your goal. That is very important. So let's come back then to financial freedom. It is important to be financially free, free from debt. That's very important. I learned not to shy away from looking at my bank balance. I learned not to shy away from reskilling, reading books on finance, about people's lives, how they had bounced back when they had hit rock bottom, and then today they are millionaires. So financial education became very important, and for you too, it is important. I decided that it was important to cut out frills. There were certain acquisitions I didn't need. So when I was becoming financially clued up, there were things that I didn't need. I decluttered. And I looked at not just keeping money in the bank, but it was important for me to invest in assets. So I urge you to do that. Start small when it comes to saving, even if it is $10 a month. Start small. In short, there are certain things we buy and we don't need them. So I was above 60. I wanted to retire and not be a burden to my family. So it was important for me to be particular and re-educate myself when it came to matters financial. I encourage you to do that. So I wanted freedom, financial freedom. I then decided to also register for a course on digital marketing so that as the business grows, even if I'm fast asleep, at least let the business continue to generate money. I know that for some of us at an advanced stage, we are not technologically savvy. However, if I could do it, you can do it, as long as you are not intimidated by this reality. Even people who are technologically savvy are now beginning to realize that artificial intelligence is impacting on their online businesses. This is the reality of our life, that changes are happening very fast. However, I always say, whatever it is, when it comes to artificial intelligence, there is something that an artificial intelligence will not take away. That is the you. That is the energy, your positive energy. And never ever underestimate that. Never underestimate human contact wherever you are. So let us not be intimidated by artificial intelligence. However, let us look at it as a tool to make our businesses or our lives more manageable, to free some time. For instance, I use it when I do research. However, I am enjoying talking to you as myself. And that is artificial intelligence. I do not envisage that one day it will be artificial intelligence talking to you. Maybe, but I would still like to be myself and talk to you as myself. And I hope that I am reaching out to you as yourself, because your inner world is very, very important. Your soul, your spirit is very important. So, when it came to financial freedom, I wanted to free my time and do the things I enjoy doing. I enjoy playing golf when I'm free, and read and travel and just be myself and not be under pressure. And that is my understanding of financial freedom. And then I discovered that if I wanted that freedom, it came from the mind, how I think. And I celebrated the fact that I then became aware of limiting thoughts, thoughts of fear, of doubt, thoughts that just did not serve me. I would just let them pass. And then gradually, as I've indicated, I became very resourceful, and I also became a stickler for investing my time in what served me, because I just wanted to be healthy in what I think, in how I look at the world. And it had to begin from the mind, and then the emotions that made me comfortable. And then I realized that, wow, as I was becoming the new me, money was just coming through people, work, ideas, strategies, quiet thoughts. One thing led to another, and I guarantee you, you are bound to have that enjoyment if you just allow and be patient. Patience is very important for a very simple reason. Money doesn't come to you overnight. You nurture what you do like a seed. You water it. You make sure that there is preparation. It took me 6 months to begin to feel that, wow, I was leaping forward. I was going nearer to being financially free as I am today. I do hope that in this video there is a takeaway, and please remember to press the like button. Also, I look forward to receiving your comments. Indicate what you'd like me to share with you, just your comments. And remember also to press the like as well as the subscribe button. And I look forward to being with you in the next video. Thank you for your time. I don't take it for granted. Bye-bye.